All right. I'm not sure if I'm going live, but I thought I'd hello, how are you guys doing? It says that I'm going live, but I don't see it on my Instagram. So I thought I'd talk about this article that I got permission for. So it looks like I should be going live. So I wanted to talk about this article that came up. So I'm going to share it and go over it with you. It's a short clip. I'll give you commentary. Again, I'm testing things. So anytime you need to, I got permission from them to use this, but I'm not going to use, I don't know if Instagram is going to ban me, but I'm just going to do it.
This year's senior class at universities across the country is the first to have spent nearly its entire college career in the age of generative AI, a type of artificial intelligence that can create new content like text and images. As the technology improves, it's harder to distinguish from human work, and it's shaking academia to its core with some very big questions.
Okay, so they're talking about college here, and please, I guess you can't comment. If you can comment on my Instagram, that would be great. So my focus is more on high school, but it's still the same even for college. We need to help. I support it. I support it as long as you're monitoring, the students. Even, I've taught college before, and I haven't really seen it that much in the colleges, but, I think a nice warning if it happens would be good, and giving students an opportunity to redo an assignment is good.
Special correspondent Fred DeSam Lazaro has the story for our series, Rethinking College.
And the principle of humanities says, treat all people as ends in themselves, never merely as means.
About 2 years ago, Megan Fritz, a philosophy professor at the University of Arkansas at Little Rock, began spotting something unusual about her students' writing.
You suddenly get an essay or a test answer, some kind of assignment from a student whose normal writing.
And again, she's making a great point. We see this all the time. We know our students' handwriting. We know when we see, we know their language, we know their vocabulary, we know we're experienced with that. So I think it's important to point it out when you're dealing with students. Okay, let's continue with the video.
you're familiar with, and you get something back that sort of sounds like an official business document or a piece of technical writing that sounds very highly polished, but very impersonal.
Impersonal because it likely wasn't written by a person. This was the beginning of a turning point for higher ed, as generative AI had swept through not only her campus, but college campuses across the country. A survey last year found that 86% of college students are now using AI tools like ChatGPT, Claude AI.
Yeah, I think if you're doing research, I think it's like if you're looking up resources, I think it's okay, like for resources, but not to copy, not to, you have to use things in your own words. And I know like the brain you have to make it work.
And Google Gemini for schoolwork. The reason generative AI has spread so quickly on college campuses is not hard to understand. It's transformed tasks that used to take hours, even days of writing and revision into something that can be done in mere minutes. For example, I can ask ChatGPT, write me a 1,000-word essay on the topic of, is it okay to...
See, now that's wrong. I mean, he's pointed that out, that it can do that, and that's simply wrong. It's illegal. You can't do that. But he'll continue.
Lie. And using a massive amount of data, it predicts and generates sentences on this topic instantly. Fritz says the impact has been deeply disruptive.
If I'm reading the writings of ChatGPT, and instead of my students, I have lost the very best tool that I have to see if I am being effective in my capacity as an instructor or not.
We really need a framework in which people can use these things and innovate while minimizing the risk.
University policymakers have scrambled to stay ahead.
I think the realization over the past year and a half is the technology is outpacing our ability to detect it.
Vice Provost of Research Brian Berry leads one of UA Little Rock's committees tasked with creating clear campus-wide policies on AI.
I think it really comes down to us helping students understand what's at risk, helping them understand that if they use AI in the right way, it's literally the most powerful tool that they've ever been able to use, and it will make huge differences. But if they use it in the wrong way, it could short circuit their life.
Exactly. So using it in the right way, it could benefit students, but using it in the wrong way is detrimental. It won't help you.
Learning process.
The university is finalizing a policy that lets professors determine what AI use is acceptable in their classrooms as long as they clearly outline it in their syllabus. But for Fritz, who has a strict no AI policy, identifying it has been complicated and time-consuming.
So Phrasely is one of the softwares that I use. If I suspect AI use, then the first thing I do is I do use detection softwares. I actually use 8 different detection softwares.
If her suspicion is confirmed, she does meet with the student.
And if they can talk about the thing that they wrote about, then great. But a lot of times they can't.
Sounds like it's tedious. And
See, that's smart. If they can talk about the topic that she's assigning them, that's a great, easy way to sort of figure out if they are using AI. We know the language that our students use. We know that. So if the student is cheating, we'll know. It's very easy to figure out.
a lot more work for professors like yourself.
But she's taking it to the next level by using the software. And that's important. You know, in my high school, we have turnitin.com, which is a good software. And then there's other ways you can sort of figure it out.
It certainly cuts into my life quite a bit. It at least has sometimes made teaching feel like policing.
And these detection methods are not foolproof. Students online say that they're caught in the middle.
I've been falsely accused by my university.
This class, am I going to get a zeros or failing?
College of Business at The Ohio State University.
When Gen AI came out,
So I'll just show you that much. And I just wanted to sort of bring it up to you guys that, you know, you don't want to, it's important not to do these things, you know, to sort of support your students in multiple ways. So anyway, that's all. Thank you so much for your time. Don't forget to share and subscribe, and have a great day.